Am I the asshole for leaving after my husband for inviting his parents to our first wedding anniversary? Me F26 and my husband M25 got married a year ago. I'm the kind of person that really likes celebrating special occasions that are important to me. Before my husband and I got married, he promised to take us somewhere nice on our first wedding anniversary. And since my wedding was an absolute disaster, thanks to my in-laws, mother-in-law to be specific, I saw this as a chance to have another special day to celebrate my relationship with my husband. But things have been rough the past few months. I'm 5 weeks pregnant and our whole plan changed. My husband suggested we have dinner at a nice restaurant that his mom picked for us. And recommended. Okay, now she's trying to get involved this year too. Anyways, he showed me pictures and the type of food they serve and asked me to pay. It's an expensive restaurant. I suggested we pick another, but he insisted. I agreed, and once we got there I found that the menu wasn't there, which was weird because I was ready to order. About 15 minutes of my husband stalling, his parents walked up to our table dressed neatly and sat with us. I looked at my husband for an explanation, but he avoided me to tell his mom that the food they wanted was ordered ahead. His mom immediately made backhanded comments about my hair, dress, weight, and didn't stop. I was literally mad. She and her son started drinking while my father-in-law started talking to me about politics. The final straw was when she canceled the cake I wanted and replaced it with the one her husband liked. I got up, told my husband to hand me the keys or I was going to walk. He tried to calm the situation. That's when his awful mom started talking about me acting inappropriately. She told her son to just hand me the keys, cause she didn't want me to embarrass her. I left. An hour later, my husband came home, started berating me for overreacting and ruining dinner. I yelled at him. What the F was he thinking inviting his parents? He said they paid for it so he had to invite them. Started arguing, saying that he saw nothing wrong with what he did. He didn't even tell me, and argued about how I was being awful to his family. I went to my mom's after he insulted me and I've been feeling bad ever since. His mom texted me but I ignored her. Not the asshole, but why did you get married to him in the first place? Also, unless he commits to serious couples counseling and working on Demeshi MG himself from his mom, you might not want to be married much longer. Head over to R Just No So and R Just No Mill. If it was me, I'd leave him now before having a life of regrets. Not the asshole. So my in-laws were similar. My husband did some of what your husband did, and we're still married 10 years and 2 kids later, so I hope you listen to my advice. 1. Marriage counseling ASAP. 2. Find a trusted family member on your husband's side, if possible, to tell him his parents are batshit crazy. 3. Individual therapy for you. For everything that is going in, to also decide how to proceed with your pregnancy. You are only 5 weeks along and you have options. I really hope it gets better. Not the asshole and just be done. He's never going to get better. He'll hand your kid over to his mother if she wants him, her. At least if you divorce now, you'll have your kid to yourself 50% of the time. Not the asshole. Why do you think you're an a-hole? It's your wedding anniversary, not theirs. Anniversaries are for the husband and wife to celebrate their marriage. They can suggest places to go. Husband and parents tush here. Not the asshole. How in the world could you be the asshole in this situation? This is so much more than an anniversary dinner. You married a mama's boy who will always put his mom before you. Has he been like this the whole relationship? Not the asshole. You left a situation where you were uncomfortable and unhappy. That's very much allowed. Good for you. I would seriously re-evaluate your marriage. You think your Mill is being disrespectful now? Just wait until that baby comes. She's going to undermine your parenting every chance she gets. Either your husband needs to step up or you need to step out. At 5 weeks you can still get abortion. And divorce anytime. Not the asshole. This is not going to end well. Not the asshole. Thing is, when couples celebrate big milestones like these, they usually celebrate it among themselves. The problem here isn't that the parents paid. The problem here is that your husband can't say no to his parents or has to include them for one reason or another. On top of that, the fact that the food had been ordered and the cake you wanted for your anniversary was swapped was beyond disrespectful. You didn't have any dynamic going on either. Instead, your Phil decided to try and engage in a conversation with you about a topic he liked. Conclusion: nothing about that event was about you or your husband. It was just your in-laws and your husband having fun and you being basically excluded from your and your hubby's anniversary celebration. And #X200B. ETA. Slight typo. Not the asshole, but are you sure you want to have a kid with this man and his mother? Because it looks like she is going to be a third in your marriage for as long as you're together, and you can't do anything about it unless your husband decides to wake up. I would start saving money and making sure you have a place to go now, because it's only going to get worse when you have a child and your mother-in-law decides that it's her baby, you're just the surrogate. Not the asshole. Your husband sounds like a cheapskate if his parents had to pay for the meal. The mom ruined your wedding and your anniversary. What an entitled family. Not the asshole. They didn't pay for your anniversary dinner, they destroyed it. They paid for a different dinner as a tool and a power play. Sadly, it seems your husband has shown his true colors. For your own self-worth and well-being, I don't think you should tolerate this. Not the asshole. Now I want to hear the story. How did she ruin your wedding? Get a post-pregnancy contraceptive and a divorce lawyer before Trump and Mitch McConnell get rid of your reproductive rights. You will always play second fiddle to your mama's boy hubby's parents. NTA. Not the asshole. You are his wife. You are pregnant with his child. And he would rather spend his anniversary with his parents? Nope. There is no good reason to invite your parents to an anniversary and not inform your spouse. And then for them to show up late, berate you, and change your order. The levels of disrespect here are just insane. Leaving was the only way to get yourself out of their rude and petty claws. Your husband has a lot of growing up to do. I hope he does it before baby comes, but if not, I'm glad you have your parents as a support system. I am going to go off the deep end and say, abort the baby and divorce him. I read a British woman's story that was almost similar, except she kept the baby and her overbearing mill dropped him on the stairs when he was 4 months old. He had a broken leg and arm. Cut bait and run. Not the asshole. Why didn't he pay? Not the asshole. And further red flag that, as a married couple, he thinks of it as separate monies. It's our anniversary, but you're paying. That's super weird in and of itself. Edit. And if I were you. Run. Run away. Not the asshole. You married a child, not a man. Not the asshole, but seriously consider leaving his dumbass. I'd also reconsider having his child if I were you, but I understand that's a very personal decision that is yours to make. Please do consider your whole relationship thoroughly though. Oh, also, it's entirely legal to mail potatoes to people. I'd probably just mail the in-laws a potato inscribed with things you dislike about them every day to annoy them. Think about what will happen when you keep the baby. You will be chained to this man for the next 18 years of your life. He will take your child to his mom. She might even try to get custody. Please think long and hard about it. Hugs. Not the asshole. The fact he doesn't stand up for you against his mother is a huge red flag. The fact he wanted them to pay for the dinner so had to invite them, even worse. If y'all couldn't afford this, he should have been upfront. He didn't talk to you beforehand, and oh, so much worse. I think you should get divorced honestly, but if you want to stay with him, couples counseling honestly the only possible way to fix this. If he doesn't want to go, then honestly he's not worth it to begin with. Not the asshole, but you have a real husband problem that needs fixing before the baby comes. Otherwise Mill will be in the delivery room and then the baby's bedroom. Heck, she may as well be in y'all's bedroom the way she's all up in your marriage. Husband is way out of line and he knows it, or he'd have let you know they were invited. Not the asshole. Go get an abortion and then a divorce so you never have to deal with that family again. Not the asshole. Do you want to show them you are in control? End the marriage. They might control your husband, but do not control you. Tell him he blew it. It's over. He can head back to mama. Also consider if you want to continue the pregnancy. Otherwise you will never be able to be free of them. They have the money and the means to make your life a nightmare even if you divorce. Not the asshole. Your husband is a bastard who will never respect you or stand up for you. Not the asshole. Plus your husband sucks to hell and beyond for going with his mum on this one. Dump the louse. And seriously reconsider having his kid. You really want that woman as your kid's grandmother? Yikes. You are having her child. You're fucked. Not the asshole. Cut your losses. You've been married to him for a year, but you don't have to be stuck with him forever. Also, think about terminating your pregnancy so you're not stuck trying to co-parent with his mother for the next 18 years. Welcome to Am I the Asshole? Please view our voting guide here, and remember to use only one judgment in your comment. Help keep the sub engaging. Hashtag Dawn. Downvote assholes. Do upvote interesting posts. Click here for our rules, and click here for our FAQ. I am a bot, and this action was performed automatically. Please contact the moderators of this subreddit message compose to =Amy the asshole if you have any questions or concerns. Not the asshole. He's married to his mommy, and you're just the other woman. Not the asshole. But run and seriously rethink having a child with a child. Why are you having a child with him? Please think about this very seriously. It will make your life hell. Not the asshole, and seriously consider if you want to keep a child that will tie you to this mama's boy for 18 years. Think hard and think fast. Red flags are huge here and you have a small window to change your future. Not the asshole in the least. Your husband doesn't seem to understand he's married to you, not to his mother. The red flags are flying. I'm gonna be real with you if I was dealing with that level of disrespect I would seriously consider a divorce lawyer. Otherwise marriage counseling at a bare minimum. You just got a peek of what the rest of your life will look like. In your comments, you keep saying your husband is an enabler. Can you imagine for just a minute, how in his entire 24 years of life before your marriage, that his mother dominated his every action? This is the way he is. It will be unlikely he can change even if he tries therapy. Look at how he reacted when he was back home, saying it is all your fault. I fear he is not the right husband for you. Definitely not the asshole. Not the asshole, and I highly suggest you consider if you really want to remain forever linked to this man, through marriage and through having a child with him. This kind of thing is highly unlikely to change. You're obviously not the asshole here, and I'm sorry you're questioning your judgment and wondering if you're an asshole for standing up for yourself. The situation sucks, and I urge you to consider your relationship in light of your husband and his parents' behavior. Question. Did you know he was a mama's boy before you married him? You're the side piece. Your husband is a sansban to his wife mom. The odds of this changing are very slim. Only you can decide if you want to stay married and/or bring a child into this. Not the asshole, but this is going to get significant other much worse after you have kids. If I were you, I would divorce him, and if you're not morally opposed to it, you should abort the fetus so you can fully cut ties with him and his family. Otherwise his mother is going to keep doing this for the rest of your life. She'll force him to raise the baby the way she wants to, and he'll go with it. Get out, now. Not the asshole. Your husband is in an abusive dynamic with a super controlling mother. He has no qualms with putting his mother's desires over yours and his. This is a huge red flag, especially if they already ruined your wedding. Because at this point your husband is ruining your marriage too. He enables her and is manipulating you to appease her. I would seriously consider marriage counseling, if not threatening divorce. When your child is born he will choose his mother over them too. Not the asshole. You married a mama's boy. In the wise words of our respected but inactive Pastelig. It's easier to dump a mama's boy than to divorce a mama's boy, and both of those are easier than trying to change a mama's boy. And hoping that he will change without him indicating he wants to. Well, I've got a bridge to sell you. I am so sorry that your husband is spineless. However, you leaving showed you're not, and I am so proud that you walked out. I hope you will keep walking away. Any sudden changes your husband will proclaim to do will just be performative and reel you back in. He is not ready to be married at all. Sorry, why are you with someone who allows you to be disrespected like this? I don't pity people that marry mummy's boy. Because I know this isn't the first time he put his mother's need or allowed his mother disrespect you. Like I don't know why you'll get married to someone who puts their mum needs above yours. You're not the asshole, but you are the asshole for marrying this type of man. Just suffering for no reason. Not the asshole, but this is what happens when you marry a selfish, spineless mama's boy. It's only going to get exponentially worse when you have your baby, make no mistake. Abort or you'll be tied to him and his mommy forever. Not the asshole. His mom is. Run now.